Namaskar, everyone. A very warm welcome to one and all to another wonderful episode of Success Tales, real people and real stories. Today we have with us Dr. Juhi Garg, who is the founder and managing director of DivIn Pro India in our Women Entrepreneur segment. Dr. Juhi Garg is also the president of State Startup Council, Women's Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and State Vice President of Nari Wing, Veteran India. Welcome, Dr. Juhi, to Success Tales.
Thank you so much, Sugandha, for inviting and for this wonderful opportunity. I was really looking forward to it. So thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. So, Dr. Juhi, you have a diverse experience of 17 years in industry and academia. You are a seasoned higher education academician, researcher, and a leader in academic administration as well. Itna lucrative career raha hai aapka. Let me tell our audience that Dr. Garg has earned her doctoral PhD degree in the field of management, along with an additional Master of Arts degree in psychology. She also holds an advanced diploma in communication and marketing, along with various certifications in her expert domains. Dr. Juhi, you have presented various research papers in national and international conferences in India and abroad, and your work has got published in both national and international journals. You also own a copyright from Registrars of Copyright, Copyright Office, New Delhi, Government of India, for management and commerce students, which is popular by the name of Occupational Interest Schedule for students, institutions, and businesses. You have also been a consultant and principal investigator for several government projects. So, my question is, when did you realize that you should dive into entrepreneurship?
That's an interesting question. I've always been an entrepreneur, Sugandha. I feel that from the very beginning, jab se maine hosh sambhala, my teachers, my parents, they've told that they saw the leadership spark in me. And I always tried in various organizations wherever I worked. I always tried to pick up a few projects by myself. I initiated, I proposed, and thankfully people trusted me. My leaders trusted me in my intentions and in my capabilities and skills, and they gave that baby to me to manage and handle. So I was then organizational entrepreneur within the within the job itself, my particular profession. But in 2015, I launched my first entrepreneurial venture with the name of Counsel Sciency, for which I worked for approximately 1 year, and that started working well. But after some time, I realized that the children are young, and we need more time with them. So I kind of put that aside and started focusing more on my job. And in 2022, during the pandemic period, I decided that now time has come when my children are grown up. And they are there on their own, and let me start and let me focus on my dream. Let me pursue that.
Oh, that's so exciting and so interesting. So, Dr. Juhi, tell us, what is DivIn Pro all about?
Yeah, so the name is very close to my heart, and I've given a lot of thought while keeping this particular name of my venture, DivIn Pro. So DivIn Pro basically is made up of 3 words. DIV, dive means it comes from diversity. IN means inclusion, and Pro means professionals. So we include professionals, we include skillful people, semi-skilled people, or lesser skilled people whatsoever. I mean, it's all mental construct. So we include professionals from the diverse backgrounds. And to begin with, my definition of diversity to begin with starts with women. So women from the marginalized sector, women from the underprivileged sector, single women. So I wanted to give them opportunity first and wanted to learn and grow along with them. And then perhaps on the second phase of my business wherein I see that I have a substantial team of young and old and experienced and great talent, women talent, then I would like to include people with disability, Divyang. And perhaps in the next level, third level, I would love to include people from the third gender. So inclusion is all about embracing the diversity, embracing the the individuality, the beauty in everyone. And this is why this name came into existence. I am a people's person. I love interacting. I love networking. I love talking to them and knowing more about their culture, background, and life. So this is about it. And what work I do, if you want, I can even tell that.
How beautiful, how beautiful. So, Dr. Juhi, you have been the ex-director of Project Shakti at UPS. You have led CSR at UPS. आप head रह चुकी हैं Women Entrepreneurship Forum की. I've always seen you advocating women empowerment, and I still remember how you conducted Shakti Talks, which was a monthly web talk series that was very well received, that interviewed legendary women thought leaders of this era in various fields. मेरा एक और इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है जहाँ जैसे आपने बताया कि आप एम्पावर करने की कोशिश कर रही हैं विमेन सेगमेंट को भी, so how is DivIn Pro going to empower women section of a society in particular? इसको थोड़ा और डिटेल में हम जानना चाहेंगे.
Fair enough. So before answering this, how are we going to empower women? I would like to tell that what exactly do we do and how we are including them in order to empower them. So DivIn Pro Pvt Ltd is primarily a impact driven or purpose driven cloud-based BPO and a KPO service provider. So BPO means a business process outsourcing company. And in common language, people call it a call center. And KPO means knowledge process outsourcing. So it has to do more with research, advisory, and consulting services. Right. So we at DivIn Pro provide integrated solution of BPO services and KPO services. So right from baseline survey and field research on the market about the customers, clients, and potential market segments and all that, to the impact assessment. So the complete cycle and whatever happens in between: marketing, sales, pre-sales, post-sales, customer support, product innovation, all that is in between. But pre-assessment, the baseline survey and the impact assessment, what impact we have created through our services and products, all that we can do for our clients and customers. So how do we do it? That now we are coming to your question, that how are we actually empowering women through our work or business? We hire women, as I said, we hire women from the marginalized sector, from the underprivileged sector. That is one way of empowering women, giving them dignified job and opportunity to work in a very, very vibrant organization led by women, for women, by women. And second aspect is that, of course, we are doing business with various organizations where we have men founders, men leaders, but there's always a desire in my heart to work along with women-led organization, women-led leaders. So there's a project which we have recently picked up, which is about women health and hygiene, about this, menstrual hygiene. So these projects are very close to our heart. And why people are interested in giving these projects to us? Because, a woman calling in her menstrual cycle is suffering through pain or anxiety or whatever. When she calls in a BPO, calls in the call center, and she gets a very empathetic sound of a lovely female sound, or a telecaller, and she resolves your query, she empathizes with you, and very compassionately she talks to you and understands and resolves your problem. That is in another level of pleasure which a client gets. So, which is why we are special. We are for women, by women company, but it is not limited to only women businesses. We love to have that, but we also would love to serve all kinds of leaders. And leaders are not limited to gender. Leaders are leaders. That's a spirit. That's a skill. So leader is not a woman. Leader is not a man. Leader is a leader.
Yes.
So
Absolutely true. What a wonderful mission you are heading towards. That's so lovely, Dr. Juhi. So,
Thank you.
Dr. Juhi, whenever we start a new venture, we all struggle with a lot of unforeseen challenges. What kind of challenges did you face when you launched your own venture?
Oh, multiple. There's no dearth of challenges that you face on the daily basis, but that's the beauty of a venture. That's the
Hmm.
beauty of your own baby and entrepreneurial journey. If you don't get these challenges, you don't grow. You don't.
Right.
Yeah, there's no pleasure actually.
Very true.
So the pleasure comes from pain, and there
Hmm.
are multiple pain factors and points, multiple pain points. So to begin with, to give you a few examples, is that the first pain point is to fight with your own dilemma, that whether to
Correct.
go for it, or should we continue a lucrative, very high paying, decent job which has given you name, fame, money, stability and everything. So why should we even take any kind of panga with life and go for a risky journey?
Correct.
So that's the first dilemma. And when you overcome with this dilemma, the rest of the things become easier for you. The second dilemma is second challenge is to convince your loved ones, the family
Yes.
members, children and friends, hey, look, I'm going to do. Why are you going to do this? You're doing pretty well. Why are you even thinking on these lines? Your life is sorted, and next level is even higher, and
Right.
all is well. Why suddenly this? So second challenge. Third challenge is to convince the client and the customer that, look,
Yes.
this is my baby,
Yes.
and I have been wanting to do this trust factor. You don't
Hmm.
gain trust this easily. So it goes for referrals. Initial business जो है reference से आता है, और reference इतनी जल्दी कोई देता नहीं है.
हाँ जी.
Fourth is money, of course. Mine is a bootstrap business. I have not got any
Right.
money from anywhere, any funder. So
Hmm.
all these challenges are major challenges, trivial challenges, day-to-day firefighting. Every day, your employee got sick and your client is waiting.
Yes.
Suddenly what to do. So all these challenges. So I remember, I would like to share, Sugandha, if you give me an opportunity to share this
Absolutely.
story. So my very initial days, perhaps the first week of my business, and the client we've got, thankfully they trusted us, and we were doing well, and they were also kind of okay with the whole aspect. And suddenly both my girls, in my team, two main girls, they got COVID.
Oh.
And that was the 7th day of my entrepreneurial journey. And I don't know what to do. So I started calling myself. First thing that I do, I initially half an hour I was calling them, telling them, take this medicine, do this, that, and sending doctor to their place, and doctor were not ready. So all those logistics I was trying to sort out, but nothing was happening. Then I decided, nothing doing, let me start calling at least.
Right.
And I started calling. In between, I invited one of the girls for the interview and immediately hired her. मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, प्लीज तुम आ जाओ और आज से नौकरी पे लग जाओ, because we can't afford losing a client. Our first.
Right.
So that was very heart touching, and she came immediately within 2 hours, and we managed the target of the day, and we very honestly told them, like, look, this was the challenge. और बड़े आराम से client ने कहा, तो क्या हुआ, एक दिन नहीं होता तो क्या होता, लेकिन हमारे लिए वो बहुत important था.
बिल्कुल. Commitment.
Yes.
How lovely. ऐसे experiences होते ही रहते हैं. I mean, and I think चाहे छोटा business हो, चाहे बड़ा business हो, the main thing is how to deal with these problems, basically, to be a problem solver. Brilliant.
That shines you, that makes you better as an individual, as an entrepreneur.
Correct. So, Dr. Juhi, आप बहुत सी national bodies को lead कर रही हैं, and people often fail to understand the power of networking. Up, on the other hand, you always take initiatives. You have always led from the front. So what do you think? Why should one not underestimate the power of networks, especially when you are an entrepreneur?
So I'm leading a few 2, 3, and not many, Sugandha. So I'm still learning, and I'm on my way to learn networking. However, I love it, and a few people say that I'm okay with in that thing. Yes, power of networking is important, very important. And why people are not doing that, if I may tell you my experience and what inputs I have got from my fellow friends, fellow women friends and colleagues, that they have reservations about reaching out to people. क्या कहेंगे लोग, क्यों ये बात करना चाहती है, इसका क्या मकसद है, ठीक है, एंड क्यों मैं अपना जबरदस्ती में काम बढ़ाऊं, बिकॉज नेटवर्किंग इज हार्ड वर्क. यू इन्वेस्ट योर लाइफ, एक टाइम इन्वेस्ट करना एक इंसान पे, इसका मतलब आप अपनी जिंदगी का एक हिस्सा दे रहे हैं उसको. अगर आपकी 70 बरस की उम्र है और आपने एक इंसान को 70 मिनट दिए हैं, तो इसका मतलब आपने अपनी जिंदगी का एक छोटा सा हिस्सा दिया है. It's a huge investment, and this investment not everybody is ready with. They're not convinced to invest time and resources onto a person who is not known to you. But it's always worth it, I'm telling you, Sugandha, and I'm sure you are also you would also agree with that. So when you invest in a relationship, business follows. If we talk in terms of business, if you invest in a relationship, love follows, compassion follows, abundance follows. And why people are afraid of reaching out to people कि ये क्या सोचेगा और क्या इसका intention, तो clear कर दो intention first meeting में. Look, I'm meeting you, I'm making this, establishing this relationship with these intentions 1, 2, 3, 4. And अगर आप intention अपने बता देते हो, चाहे वो clear intention हो, चाहे वो आपको लग रहा हो हिडन इंटेंशन, लेकिन अगर आप क्लैरिटी से बता दोगे तो आपको या तो फर्दर इन्वेस्टमेंट उस पर करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी, या वो वहीं पे स्टॉप हो जाएगा और बहुत ही ग्रेसफुली आप पार्ट हो जाओगे. तो इंटेंशंस बताने में कभी हिचक नहीं करनी चाहिए कि भैया मुझे आपकी जरूरत है, मुझे मदद चाहिए, मैं आप मुझसे बेहतर है इसमें और आप मदद करेंगे तो मैं ग्रो करूंगी. इसमें दूसरे को आप मान दे रहे हैं. यू गिविंग अ लॉट ऑफ प्रिविलेज एंड रिस्पेक्ट टू अदर पर्सन. पीपल लव दैट. दैट ऑनेस्टी इज इम्पोर्टेंट. And similarly, if people come to you and they ask for your time and investment and whatever support, I mean, at least you should give one opportunity to be kind to them, at least one, and then check if you are still apprehensive. So this is my view.
Beautifully you have expressed this, because I feel I have to experience the same thing, that women, most of the women are usually hesitant in growing their network. But they forget this thing, that women are naturally good at networking. It is inherent in them usually. Yes, because maybe हम घर में भी देखते हैं कि हमारी जो mothers हैं, हमारी जो female members हैं घर में, they are the people who are actually good at networking and social circle maintain करने में, social relationships handle करने में. So yes, women definitely, हर entrepreneur को, लेकिन especially women को भी networking का leverage, networking के benefits जरूर reap करने चाहिए.
Absolutely.
So Dr. Juhi, what are your expansion plans, and please tell us about your future vision.
Yeah, my vision is very simple, Sugandha. My vision is to be one of the most respected organizations by 2040. One of the most respected organization in my sector, not in terms of valuation, but in terms of value that we create. So I have no such aspirations to be a unicorn, to claim my value to be multiple million, thousand, whatever company. My aspiration to be one of the most valued company in terms of our services and impact that we are creating. We might not earn a huge money, but we will earn enough to give dignified job opportunities and employment opportunities to enough number of people. This is what my feel is. And I won't go too far in terms of my vision to reach out to a certain number of people in next 10 years. मैंने ये मोटा-मोटा आपको vision बताया, but for next 3 years definitely that I want to be a team of 100 to 150 people. This is what my aspiration is. Sounds tough, but it's not impossible, and I'm sure that I'll be able to manage it with the friends like you and people, those who trust honest people.
Brilliant. Wow, wow. And I know nothing is impossible for you, Dr. Juhi. As much as I know you, and chahe personally, chahe professionally, I know you are a people's person, and I know how, how helping you are, and you always reach out to people who need you, and you're always there for your loved ones. And we wish you all the best in all your future endeavors, Dr. Juhi.
Thank you, Sugandha, for your kind words. I don't know how nice I am, but I am genuine, definitely.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So, Dr. Juhi, aapke liye, according to you, how difficult it is for women workforce to balance personal and professional life?
It's very difficult. It's actually difficult. It is difficult for me also, and I'm still learning. Mm-hmm. I'm still figuring out how to manage these many aspects myself. But the easiest way is to create the balance is to, one, accept that it is difficult. Gracefully accept that it is not easy and you need help. You need support. You need people around you to know that you are also struggling, and you need help and ask for that help from them. No problem in saying that, look, I am busy, look, I can't manage, look, I'm not so good in this, so I need your support, I need your help. And with your help, as team, we would be able to make a better tomorrow, a better future for ourselves. So there's no hassle. And this is what I have been doing, and which is why I'm blessed. I always shamelessly, I always ask my husband, "Bhaiya, mere se ye nahi ho payega, please, help me." I ask my mother-in-law for all kinds of help, and she is a divine soul in my life. She is my nurturer. Of course, my mother, my biological mother, my real mother is, उनकी वजह से मैं हूँ. और लेकिन आज जो मैं इन 15-17 सालों में हूँ अपनी शादी के बाद, वो मदर इन लॉ को बहुत ज्यादा क्रेडिट देना चाहती हूँ. So she nurtured me thoroughly.
Oh, I'm sure she must be so proud of you.
I am so lucky.
Yes, indeed. And it's so nice to recognize everyone's support, everyone's hand in our growth journey. And difficult, yes, of course, for women workforce, yes, it is difficult, but it is not impossible.
It is not impossible.
Right. So, Dr. Juhi, what is your success mantra?
My success mantra. I would not call it a mantra, but I would tell you the values that I follow in my life. And that helped me in various phases. One is to be absolutely transparent and honest to whomsoever you meet and get in touch with. Whether it is a business associate, partner, collaborator, your student, your life partner, your mother-in-law, your relatives, anybody under the sun. Be very honest, very transparent with your intentions, with your demands, with your desires, and their expectations from you, and how much you can do against those expectations.
Right.
So once there is transparency, people don't feel dished, people don't feel used and abused. In their relationships. Yes. So you can tell them very, very clearly that this is my capacity, this is what I can do, and this is my my complete energy which I can invest upon you in these terms. And people would be very happy listening to that, even if you tell कि आपकी expectation का 10% ही मैं कर पाऊंगी, लेकिन करूंगी, तो उसमें लोगों को बुरा नहीं लगता है, उसमें लोग अप्रिशिएट करते, चलो उतना तो बता दिया तुमने कम से कम अपफ्रंट होके. एक और इसमें इम्पोर्टेंट बात ये है कि एक होता है किसी चीज को कह देना बहुत ही रूडली, और किसी चीज को ऑनेस्टली कहना, दोनों डिफरेंट होता है. आप ऑनेस्टली, कंपैशन के साथ, एम्पैथी के साथ कहिए. दुनिया में 90% लोग, 95% लोग अच्छे ही होते हैं. कितने लोग ऐसे होते हैं क्रिमिनल्स और मर्डरर्स? 5%. 95% लोग दुनिया में अच्छे ही होते हैं. अगर आप उनके साथ अच्छे हैं तो ज्यादातर समय आपको रिस्पॉन्स अच्छा आता है, अगर आपका परसेप्शन सही है, नजरिया सही है चीजों को देखने का.
Correct.
So this is first mantra, is to be genuine and honest and upfront. Second is never lose your heart and keep trying. I mean, चीजें पहली बार में कभी नहीं होती, दूसरी बार में नहीं होती, चीजें आसान नहीं होती, आपको सब कुछ नहीं आता है। और इस चीज को समझ पाना कि पहली बार में चीजें नहीं होती, मुझे सब नहीं आता है, मैं फेल भी हो सकती हूँ और मुझे अपने आप को माफ करने का भी अधिकार होना चाहिए। ये चीज को ग्रेसफुली एक्सेप्ट कर लें अगर आप, तो चीजें अपने आप आसान होने लगती हैं, आप अपने आप को इजीली एक्सेप्ट कर पाते हैं और अगले को भी एक्सेप्ट कर पाते हैं। लाइफ इन टोटलिटी आप एक्सेप्ट करने लगते हैं कि ये अप एंड डाउन वाली जर्नी है और ऐसी ही रहेगी। सो third is to maybe I'm a completely God fearing person. I'm a शैव्य, मैं शिव उपासक हूँ और शिव उपासक, देवी की उपासक होने के कारण मुझे शायद कभी भी किसी भी चीज से, किसी भी सर्कमस्टांसेस में डर नहीं लगता। तो मैं इस चीज को बहुत एंडोर्स करती हूँ कि किसी भी डिवाइन पावर को आप फॉलो करिए, लेकिन हैव फेथ एंड बी फेयर, गॉड फियरिंग। और डिवाइन पावर का फियर मींस कि किसी चीज को करने के पहले आपको ये होना चाहिए कि करने से कुछ किसी का नुकसान तो नहीं होगा।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, राइट इंटेंशंस रहे, बिल्कुल।
सो मे बी ऑल दीज थिंग्स, द कपल ऑफ थिंग्स व्हिच वी डू, लेकिन मेजरली यही है।
वंडरफुल वंडरफुल मैम। सो आप एक एंटरप्रेन्योर होने के नाते यंग स्टार्टअप्स और स्पेशली वुमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को क्या मैसेज देना चाहेंगी डॉक्टर जूही?
मेरा मैसेज यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को, वुमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को यही है कि जब आप इस जर्नी में डिसाइड कर लें उतरने के लिए, तो पीछे मुड़ के ना देखें, पहली चीज, ठीक है, लगे रहें। और अगर आपने डिसाइड कर लिया है तो अपने डिसीजन का रिस्पेक्ट करना आप, सबसे बड़ी जिम्मेदारी आपकी है, क्योंकि बाकी कोई नहीं करेगा इस डिसीजन की रिस्पेक्ट, क्योंकि उनका पेन नहीं है, ये उनका डिसीजन नहीं है। इसमें जो नफा नुकसान होना है, जो फायदा नुकसान होना है, प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस होना है, दैट इज योर्स एंड ओन इट। ओन दैट लॉस, ओन दैट पेन, ओन दैट सक्सेस, right? And when you own all these things very gracefully, you become very empowered, because you are owner of all these things. You have this energy that I have all these things. My failure gave me experience, my success gave me name, fame, dignity and what not. So अपने डिसीजन पे अडिग रहना is the first thing. फिकल माइंडेड मत हो किसी के कहने से कि मार्केट ऐसा है, वो नहीं है। और दूसरी चीज मुझे ऐसा लगता है, especially being an Indian and having an Indian kind of a market, any business can become successful if you approach it correctly, because market is huge. यहाँ सब कुछ बिकता है, ठीक है। सो ध्यान होना चाहिए, हैव पेशेंस, कि persistently उसमें लगे रहो, फेथ के साथ, ऑनेस्टी के साथ, लोगों के साथ कुछ गलत ना करें अगर आपसे जो एसोसिएटेड है। पीपल विल सपोर्ट यू मे बी टुडे और मे बी आफ्टर 2 years, but they will recognize that,
right?
So and do your research, that's very important. Everything is not philosophy.
Absolutely.
Research is important,
right? Dr. Juhi, it was an amazingly wonderful session, and it was wonderful having you with us today. Thank you so much for being our guest, and thank you for being you. Thank you for addressing our audience, and it was a pleasure having you with us today, ma'am. Thank you so much, Dr. Juhi. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Sugandha, for the opportunity, for trusting me, and for giving this platform to me. And I would like to tell all the audience, those who are seeing this, that Sugandha herself is a great academician, is a great human being. I learn a lot from her, and she's a person of great genuinity, and she herself is an entrepreneur. I wanted to tell her that I am all there to support you, Sugandha, in any which way possible, and we together, all of us, are going to make this country a better place to live for our new generation, our next generation. So let us pledge this together.
Pledge this together. Thank you so much, Dr. Juhi, and it kind of made me emotional. Thank you so much once again. And definitely, you always have my support. You always have me besides you, behind you, and thank you so much for everything, Dr. Juhi. Thank you.
Great love to you, Sugandha. Take care. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.